My goodness, we have a raid! Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Panda Angel, for the raid. Hello, everybody. It's Friday. How's it going? Yeah, I am so stoked that you all are here. Thank you so much. And look, lo and behold, Gamer Kitty Soma is here too. Say hi to everybody. She's purring like a really pretty princess that she is. Yeah, hello to all of you. James and Sass Queen and Tail Wagon Games and Garlic SCR. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is gonna be so fun, friends. Yeah, I'm gonna just get some background tunage going for y'all. Oh man, so Soma, important question. What is your favorite game? I think she would probably prefer games that have larger boxes to fit in. Currently, I have a Charterstone box on the table right now that she's hanging out in. So I would say games that have large enough boxes to fit her cute little fluffy body. Hello to Slivers. Hello, Game Freak Geek Girl. Thank you so much for all the emotes. All of you are just so wonderful. Yeah, it's really awesome to have you all here. How are my levels sounding? I do have some background music playing, and I want to make sure my audio sounds okay and visuals sound okay. Yeah, she is a sweetheart, Sass. You are correct. Such a sweetheart. All right, everything sounds good. Thank you. Have you ever set up a dexterity game and let Soma knock it around? Not intentionally, James. I have done in the past where I have played a dexterity game and she just happens to, partake in some of the pieces. She took the liberty, I should say, of some of the pieces to play with. So, okay, AV is good. Thank you, Sass. Thank you, James. Hello to Book of Nerds. Yes, you got the Soma emotes going on. She's telling me, like, stop, Mom. Like, don't embarrass me. I was just playing. Please stop. Huh, with all the cuteness. So anyway, what were y'all doing on Panda's channel earlier today? What was happening over there in the Pandaverse? Yeah, cats in board game boxes? That's the top lid the Isle of Cats was designed for. That is true. Tan, you are correct. For those that don't know, the Isle of Cats game, actually the box top says, you know, this is a perfect spot for cats, and it kind of has like a little target for them to sit in. So yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, Tan, because that is true. Yes, Soma is such a good kitty. We're playing Mystic Vale with David and MZ. Oh, very cool. That's right. Mystic Vale is such a cool game. It's such a cool game to play IRL. So I'm curious how the digital version is, because you like add things to your card. So I guess it still kind of does that implementation, but in a digital platform, I would say. Gotta go setting up for our stream. Hope you have a great one. Oh, thank you, Tailwagon. Thank you for stopping by, and good luck on your stream. What are you all doing? I will give a shout out to y'all so folks can follow you. Tailwagon Games, so there you are. Board Game Spam is here. A play along of cartographers. Oh, that's so cool. I actually got to play that on Wednesday with Justin Jaybird the Word this past Wednesday, and that was a lot of fun too. So yeah, cartographers is a fun flip and write game. So there you go, the shout out. Hello to Board Game Spam. good to see you on here. Happy Friday. For those of you that are noticing on the bottom, I've got a new follower goal. Oh yes, long live the Monkey King. That's right, James. I've got a new follower goal. So this month is my birthday month, and I'm hoping to get up to 300 followers. If I do that, then I've decided I am going to dye my hair a different color than blue and purple. So if I can get up to 300 followers by the end of the month, you might see me with a new do in the month of June. So yeah, I'm just super stoked for this community, and I want more people to share in it. So that's just my main goal overall. And I know a lot of you would want to see this cute little fluffy face too. So yeah. Yes, so good luck, Tail Wagon Games, on your stream. Yeah, but today I'm just gonna be chilling and crafting, everybody. Gonna be doing some keychains. For those that aren't familiar with the lanyard or plastic lacing artwork, stuff that you might have done like in summer camp or something like that, I'm going to be doing a few of those today on stream, and then might get some creative, might get a little more creative and do some bracelet work too. So, yes, yeah, that's right. Another May birthday, new hair color, yes, yes, and yes, yes. So we shall see. I've got the nice fade going on right now, but you know, having fun hair would be kind of nice. So. I'm not doing it for just any other reason for the fact that I just want more people to come and hang out and play games with me. So, yeah. Today, yes, like I said, I'm gonna do some keychain work, but I'm gonna need your assistance though, friends. I'm gonna need you to help me pick out colors for what I'm gonna be doing, and I will show you all of my nice colors that I've got here. And I'll kind of give a little tutorial about the stitching that I do. I don't do anything super crazy, just kind of like the basic stitch, I guess you can say. But here, I'll show you kind of what I'm working with. So I've got all these nice multicolors here, and I'm super simple, and I just go with 2 colors. So if you all would like to pick a couple colors for me to start with, I will probably be able to do at least 2, if not 3 on stream today. So if you have, if you're like, oh man, I would really like it. And I'm hoping that if I get them done, I probably will stick this in my bag of swag that I give for folks who play in the crisscross tournament with me on Wednesdays. So I will add this definitely to the crisscross tournament. And there is no, I want to make the caveat, there's no restrictions on the box of goodies. So if you play in the crisscross tournament, as far as like shipping goes, so if any of my friends overseas win the crisscross tournament, and they will get a box of swag with some goodies in it, and I will probably throw in one of these keychains that I make on stream. So anyway, that's that. So I've got here some neon yellow, a light blue. This is a combination of blue, purple, and white. I've got red, I've got black, I've got this neon orange color, which is kind of cool. This is actually a glow in the dark, so it's clear, but it will glow in the dark. Purple and green and a blue. So I've got pretty much a nice gamut of colors. I did run out of like pink and regular white, but if anyone has any color choices of like, ooh, you should make a couple colors, pop them in the chat and let me know, because I am totally up for whatever. And I will kind of show you what I do in making my keychains, but just a fun little example. So I've got this one, is a square stitch. It's a green and clear, or the glow in the dark color. And then I've got some cool little beads that say CCG on the end here. So that's that one. I also made a circular stitch one with pink and kind of clear, and then I put the word gamer on some beads. So I've done either of those, and then this one is actually called a butterfly stitch. This is purple and blue, and I made it into a bracelet. So yeah, these are just some of the examples that I've done. I will have another close-up view, friends, once I pick my colors and stuff, and you can kind of see what I'm doing. But I just wanted to lay out the colors. Green and red is a bold contrast. Yellow and purple, okay, yellow and purple. So let's do yellow and purple, James, and then we will do green and red. All right, so I will get my yellow and my purple out. And then what I do usually is I try to measure out at least like 24 inches so it has a decent size to it. So what I do is I get out like a ruler, and here today I just got this nice little metallic ruler. So I will, and it's very, very shiny. Or if I'm being lazy, I'll just do the length of my arm. And I might have mentioned this on stream, but fun fact, here, I'll go back up to the top real quick because this is kind of a fun fact. This is kind of silly. But the length of your arm from your wrist to your elbow is the same length of your foot from your big toe to your heel. So if you're ever in like a shoe store, like so here on the bottom of your wrist to here the little crease in your elbow. So if you're ever in a shoe store and you're like, I don't want to try on a bunch of shoes, you can always put the shoe here on your hand or on your arm, your forearm here, and it's pretty close to the actual like size of your foot. Like, isn't that crazy? I learned that probably like 5-6 years ago. But so yeah, so when I've done lanyards, sometimes I just do the whole like, ooh, I'll just measure it based upon the length of my arm or whatever. But I will be a little more formal today and use and actually use a ruler. So oh, okay. So we've got, if you have extra time, maybe green and blue in honor of Neurofibromatosis Awareness Month. I've been learning about it from Super Tiege, who streams with Bored at Home. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that, Board Game Spam. Hello to Levi. It's like 2 inches off. Really, Slivers? Really, Slivers? It's pretty close. So it's like right here on your, it's here on your wrist and then to the crease. So it's not like your actual hand. So I know that would be a couple extra inches, right? Green and blue. Okay, let's do that one then. And if we'll have time, we'll also do the yellow and purple too. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if you stretch your arms out to fingertip is the same as your height. Don't make me tweet at you a picture. Oh, Slivers, I know. The Twitterverse will get you. Okay, so so you were saying green and blue. Okay, let's do that. So I'll go back to my nice little table view. So we'll do green and blue. And then what I've done too, friends, is I've purchased this cool little handy kit. It has like pliers and like cutters and things like that that people use for beadwork. So if they're making like jewelry or different arts and crafts kind of things, it helps to like hold stuff together. And it's actually been really nice to use it for doing some of my lanyard work as well. So I'm gonna do at least that length, maybe a little. I'll just go 3. Why not? I'll just go 3. I'll be a little extra today. Levi says, my arms are 6 feet across and I'm only 5'8". We measured ourselves. It's usually true, generally speaking. Yeah, and I'm not saying, like, it's, like, super accurate. I just thought it was kind of a fun fact. So take it as you will. Don't go to the shoe store and be like, Jess said I need to buy these kind of shoes. Because I don't want to be responsible for your purchases, friends. Okay, so I've got my string. Now I'm gonna go towards the my overhead cam that I've got here. So what I'm gonna do here, friends, is I'm gonna take the two strings and loop one over the other. All right, thank you, Levi. No one's gonna hold me liable to that. Good. Good, good, good. I'm glad. All right, so I'm gonna take them, pretty much make sure that you're at kind of like a center point. So I'm gonna try to lengthen it so that we are at somewhat of the center. Okay, then, yeah, Tan says, that's the tricky thing about in average. Most people have an above average number of hands. Yes. Oh no! Slivers has tweeted a pic, friends. It has happened. Oh no. All right. I'll take it, Slivers. I will take it. Okay, friends, here we go. So I am here. Kind of zoom this in a little bit closer. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take one of the strings and loop it around the other one. So how that's gonna work, I'm gonna use the green one so it's a little bit easier to see. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna cross it over once, bring it around again, and cross it over a second time. So you have this nice little double loop action here. Okay, you see that? Then what you're gonna do is these are gonna be like your little guideposts for the blue. Yeah, Panda, bringing it back. Bringing it back, Panda. I have found this to be so soothing right now during pandemic times that I thought this would be super cool to do on stream. So, okay, I'm gonna take this blue one here, friends. I'm gonna go over the loop that's closest to it and then go through the second one. So I'm gonna go over this first one and through the second one, okay? And I'm just gonna loosely pull it across. I'm not gonna do it super tight. I'm gonna loosely pull it across, okay? Then I'm gonna do the same thing with the other string, which is kind of underneath, and I have it kind of pinched. So I'm gonna do that here. You have to stream in a few hours. You have a busy day. Yeah, Panda's been doing this all day, friends. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the second one, okay? I'm gonna go above the first one and through the second loop, okay? And then pull it a little bit. All right. Then I slowly take the green one, the green side, and the other green side, as well as the two blues, and I pull them away from each other. Okay? Slowly away from each other, and then they make kind of this cross action here. And there you go. So you've got this little kind of square going. Now, I like doing the circular stitch. The circular stitch, for me, seems pretty fun. So I'm gonna do the circular stitch on here, and then I will fasten the key ring to it really quick. So how you do the circular stitch is you're going to rotate so that your piece is kind of in a diamond shape, okay? So I have currently facing me the green stitch on top and then a green stitch below it. So what's gonna happen here is I'm going to have the blue stitches come down from north to south and from south to north. And then I'm going to weave the green through it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this kind of slow so y'all can see it, but I'm gonna take this first blue one here. I'm gonna just loop it over, just like this, north to south, north to south, and then the same one with the other blue one, south to north. All right, then you're gonna hold those two together and look, it makes another kind of loop just like our starter stitch did. And you're going to take the green ones and do what we did in the starter stitch. Go above the blue first loop and then through the second loop. So we're gonna go above the first one and then through the second one. And then slowly pull it through, not too tight, but get a good majority of it. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the other green one. Above the first blue one and then through the second blue one. All right, above the first and through the second. And then we're just gonna pull it. Then you're gonna take your blue ones with your green ones, pull it together. And there we go, we've got our square again. But as we're gonna be doing it, you'll see it kind of rotates. So we're gonna be doing that one more time. Remember, we've got north to south and then south to north on your blue stitch. Okay, so we're gonna do this one more time so you can see, and then I'll switch back to the other view so we can do some chatting. All right, so we're gonna take this blue one here, north to south, take the other one here, south to north, and then we're gonna put the green, remember, the green one here above the first blue and then through the second one. Above the first and through the second. All right, above the first, through the second, making sure it's not too crazy tight yet, because we gotta make sure we get it all through. And sometimes it twists, so make sure it is flat when you're pulling it through, or you're gonna get some little kinks in it, and we don't want a little kink. So here we go. Above the first and then through the second. All right, here we go. And then 1, 2, 3, you pull it tight. And there we go. We've got our nice little stitch in there. Sometimes a little kink is okay, yeah. You're not foam core unless you live foam core. That's right, Tan. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I have one of these cool little key rings. I'm gonna flip this over to its opposite side, and you see there's the little green, the green starter stitch that we did. I'm going to actually weave this through, connect it onto this keychain here. It's gonna be kind of difficult to see, friends, but basically you just wanna open up the binding of your key ring, and then you just weave it through. So I'm going to try to do this. Actually, I'm gonna do this with my tweezers. So I've got these cool tweezers that I used for beading, but they've got a nice little like sharp point. So I'm actually gonna do this I have poked myself before, so I'm not gonna look at the camera. I'm gonna try to pay attention and not poke myself here. So I'm gonna go through here. And now I've kind of made a little gap for my keyring to go through. So I'm gonna flip it over, kind of make some space, and then weave my keyring through it. And that should be a little bit better. Although sometimes it does get a little bit tight, so you kind of have to be a little patient with it. Be a little patient. And now my tweezers just rotated. There we go. There we go, little tweezers. Sorry, friends. This will be a little more visually appealing once I get the keyring on here. Oh, I gotta do this on this side. There we go. That is true. Amanda Panda, don't push yourself too hard. You are too much of a valuable asset to this community. We don't want you to wear yourself out, my friend. So please, please, please. Okay. Please, please, please practice some good self-care. All right. We got the keyring on. Da 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 da. Okay. Gonna get this through here, and now I will switch back to my overhead view while I do the rest of this. And I'll come back to this angle as well. But this is just kind of where I'm at here. And this is the part where I make sure that the thing to remember is to keep your lanyard in the same direction every time, because if you start rotating it, your curve of the circle stitch won't go in the same orientation. It'll go back and forth. So always trying to remember. Now I've got the green in the top, so I'm going to be doing the blue north-south and then south-north, and then pulling it through. So, all right, enough of the tutorial. How are you all doing on this Friday? Have you all been playing anything recently? I know there was Mystic Vale playing on stream. Does anyone have played anything of note? Anybody doing any Dwarf Romantic? Hello, Leafta? You remember doing this in camp? And yes, this is a definite summer camp activity for sure. Thanks for stopping in. That's what I'm basically just hanging out and making keychains today. This color scheme was picked out by chat because this month is oh gosh, what was it called? Board Game Spam. They called it Neurofibromatosis Awareness Month. That is quite the mouthful. But yeah, so we're doing that for the month of May. So yeah, just general questions. Anybody played anything of note recently or are looking forward to playing anything this weekend? I am excited for this weekend because of MeepUpCon. It's an online convention brought on by the folks of Meeps and Peeps. And the lovely Panda Angel has invited me on her stream. to do potion explosion. Now I have to Google what it is in Dutch. I think fibromyalgia? I don't know. Yeah, you have to look it up. You will have to look it up. Or Board Game Spam, if you know of a link that folks can support, if you have any info. Yeah, Potion Explosion is a great game, Levi. So I think we're going to try to play the physical game on stream. So that'll be exciting. Or if not, I know on BGA it is available. So we're going to be doing that. I think it's on Sunday afternoon. Amanda Panda, if you are still here, I know you're one of my mods. Feel free to drop a link to the chat for the Meepup Con. I believe it starts today. Okay, so yes, our stream is 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. EDT, which is the same time as this stream started, which is 11 p.m. Okay, wait. Tan was telling me today that they are 9 hours ahead. 9 hours ahead. But no, you were 2 hours ahead of 2 hours ahead of GMT, if I'm doing correctly. So for German time right now, it is after 1 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. Teacher's son has fibromyalgia. He's working on bringing awareness. Okay. Board Game Spam, if you wouldn't mind whispering me that website, I can put it. Okay, Liefda's in the Netherlands, and it's 34 minutes past midnight. Okay. And so I believe Germany is an hour ahead of the Netherlands, Liefda, if that is correct. Tan, if you are still here, my friend. I believe that is correct. So, yes, Board Game Spam, please send me that website. I would love to post it here in the chat so people can find out. Oh, you have the same time zone as Germany. Okay. Gosh, time zones are just so confusing. That's why on my phone, I have to have Google tell me where... Oh, in the UK, it's an hour difference. Okay. So GMT is 8 hours ahead from where I am at in the Western United States. So in the Netherlands, you are also, so you are considered, is it GMT +1 then? Would that be your time zone? Or UTC +1? UTC +1? Jeepers, there's so many things, so many time zones. I love how we are all connected, though, because of Twitch. But I just always have to be mindful of where people's time zones are. Oh, they have a big time zone here. Spain, France, Germany, Italy, and some more countries are all the same. Okay, yes. And you all also observe daylight savings time, if I'm not mistaken, Liefda. I believe you all are observing daylight savings time as well. But it's a different time than here in North America. Different time of the year, I should say. Not time, but as far as like a clock, but different time of the year when you observe it. So that was kind of fun, trying to schedule things with folks. Oh, perfect. I got the whisper. Perfect. Thank you, Board Game Spam. Thank you. I will pop that into the chat. let's put that here. All right, so Tej got their Instagram. This is the link. So folks, if they want to find out about the neurofibromatosis, they can find out there via Instagram. And they stream with Board at Home, I believe you said, Board Game Spam? I believe you were doing that. Yeah. Yeah, not a problem. I always want to bring awareness to things that are happening with folks because I think being educated on things is necessary because it helps you formulate thoughts in a more wise stance instead of just your own opinion. Great cause to bring awareness to. Okay, that's good, James. I'm glad you support that effort as well. Because, yeah, I feel like there's sometimes we just hear things word of mouth, and we don't necessarily take the time to do the research. And so I try to encourage myself and other people to get educated on some of those issues, especially when it comes to health and mental health and physical health and all that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of things we can learn if we actually took the time to read and do the research. So, yeah, not a problem. So here we go. So far so good, friends. Got a nice little circular pattern going on here. But yeah, so back to my original question. Has anybody been playing stuff lately of note? I mean, it could be physical. Thank you, James. Always the encouragement. Physical or digital, you know, even playing on Steam. I recently started playing the Talos Principle with my husband. It is a point and click kind of puzzle game that's very like futuristic. It was on sale on Steam, and we just have been enjoying spending our evenings doing the like point and click adventures, because we're big nerds like that. Big nerds, going to bed playing games before we call it a night. So yeah. Levi says they got Lost Ruins of Arnak. Oh, yes. Yes. Talos Principle is such a great storyline. Yes, it's been interesting so far. We've only done probably a couple hours of it, Levi. So there's still a lot to get into, but yeah, it's pretty neat. Lost Ruins of Arnak is a fun one. I might be playing that on a stream soon. I think maybe Eclectic Camel wanted to play it, or Amanda Panda. I'm not sure. I got invited to do that sometime in the future. Board Game Spam says they never knew about neurofibromatosis until T shared it. Can't imagine how isolating it can be when your loved one has something that isn't super understood or well known. Yes, I agree. I've also learned a lot about autoimmune disorders because there are several autoimmune disorders, and I've learned that from family and friends that have actually been diagnosed with those. And so it's like, well, what do I, how do I do this? What do I do with this information? So this has been kind of one of those things where I'm like, I don't know how to address it and everything. So I read up on it, and then it's super helpful to learn about this, and to kind of have a better understanding of what care is needed, and to be patient and gracious with them too. So yeah, it's really neat. Levi's oldest son introduced them to Talos. That's really cool. Do you play it together, Levi? Do you play the Talos Principle together with your son? Or is it just kind of a single person endeavor? James says, has not been playing anything, just got in Calico, we'll play it solo, may do some other solo games, Warp's Edge, we'll read through some various cards for Vampire Rivals, which just came in from Kickstarter. James, you have a lot. You have a lot of games, my friend. And hopefully you've gotten your copy of Grand Austria Hotel as well. And if you do, please let me know, because I would love to hear your thoughts on that game. So, yeah. I have to remember where my hands are in orientation, because I just usually don't pay attention when I'm crafting these things, because it's just kind of second nature. Calico is really solid, Levi. I do agree. Leifda, what did you just pick up? You said you just bought Calico also. The Dutch version was finally available. That's really cool. Yeah. You wanted it for months and you finally got a copy. Yeah. We'll play it ASAP. Oh, your son finished it before you were able to play. Okay. Well, cool. Cool. Oh, yeah, the Eagle Cave side for Lost Ruins, yeah. Yeah, I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. Exploring kind of caverny game. And there's a lot to it as well for Lost Ruins of Arnak. I was relatively surprised by how much I enjoyed playing it. I think I would enjoy it in a higher player count, because currently I've only played it in 2-player. But yeah. Oh goodness, James, I am so sorry. I hope the game comes to you soon. That is such a bummer. I apologize for that. Leifta says they work in handicap care and have several clients with lots of different diseases and syndromes. I do not do medical, but do daycare, and for me, I like to get to know the person's character. Do not look into their syndrome or disease. Exactly right. That is a very true point, Leifta. People should not be characterized by what they do and do not have in terms of illnesses. But it does help people have a better understanding of certain people's personalities and their demeanor and things like that when they decide to share with you what they're currently undergoing. Because again, it's not something that people feel comfortable sharing all the time, you know? And I don't think it should be forced. I do agree. Having somebody knowing them personally should be the case in any circumstance before, you know, getting down to the nitty-gritty details. So yes, I agree. Having space for people to share when they feel ready to. If they ever will, then that's wonderful. If not, then that's okay. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. I did this in school back in the day, never learned how to do the spinny style. Yeah, Michelle, it's really not that difficult from the regular, like, square. All right, James, I'm glad you are not too worried. Yes, that is true. All the interactions that you can get, Leifta, are wonderful, whether it's with their relatives or what. So, yeah. Calico is lovely. Is a lovely game. I mean, it's about cats, so what's not to love about that, right? Okay. So here's where I'm at. Trying to get that kind of twisty twist. Michelle, we have seen Soma today. She was on the table earlier and graced our lovely raiders from Amanda Panda's channel. She had her spotlight time already, so yeah. I'm allergic to cats, but I do love Calico. Yeah, Calico is one of those safe bets, right, Leafta? You can play it and enjoy the cats without having the responsibility of a cat. Of taking care of a cat. So, yeah. Selma was so cute and cuddly. Yes, she was. She was being a little ham today. I don't know if you saw on Twitter earlier today, friends, but yeah, Soma greeted me this morning with some nice purrs and snuggles. I think mostly it's because she gets to jump on a warm bed. I don't think it's really because of me, to be honest. I think she just enjoys the fact that she could be on a warm bed. So, but I'll take it as like, oh no, she actually wants to cuddle with me. I gotta love her. Gotta love her, right? Okay, so after this, friends, I think I'm gonna put some beads on here, and you get to help me decide. Okay, because I've got this giant thing of beads. So we can basically do whatever we want with this giant thing of beads. Yeah. Let's see, what other games have I recently got? I did get a few Harry Potter games from some family members. I was big into Harry Potter. Harry Potter was kind of in my like early gamer stage years. So having a theme like Harry Potter and some of my favorite kind of games has been really cool. So I got those for my birthday. I actually want to go to the game store, believe it or not, friends, and get some dice. Because if any of you are watching my stream on Wednesday, I received a dice tower, a new dice tower for my birthday. So, yes, I agree. Panda Angel, love Harry Potter, dislike J.K. Rowling. Yeah, she did say some problematic stuff recently on Twitter. I don't want to get into it. If you want to find out more, go and research and formulate your own opinions. But I do like the Harry Potter fantasy genre theming and things. And so some of the games that have come out in the Harry Potter theme have been a lot of fun. So I got Codenames Harry Potter, and I got the Hogwarts Battle, which is one that you kind of build into for each year that you're at Hogwarts. It's a different game every time, so that's really cool. I also have Harry Potter Death Eaters Rising that I got a couple years ago, and that's a difficult game to win. It's a co-op, but it's definitely difficult to win. Yes, James, I love dice. I love dice. All right, Levi, thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy your weekend as well. Take care. Yes, the books and movies were a joy to watch and read. Yes, that is true. So yeah, that's kind of my thing, but I do want to get some dice because I've been playing a lot of roll and writes with y'all here on chat, and it's nice to have some more D6s. Harry Potter was a big formative part of your growing up. Yes, same with me, Michelle. It was, I mean, it's crazy to think that it's been, over a decade since, or 2 decades now, right? Like early 2000s, that it came out. So a lot of us, I don't know, whatever generation we want to call ourselves, millennials, Gen Y, Gen Z, whatever, had that as like our formative years. So yeah, I do like the fantasy series and the theming, and it's like that with a lot of different genres, right? That you can appreciate the artwork and yet there's some controversy with the creators behind it. I think that's true for any kind of art form. Having that discussion of like creator versus their creation. Thank you, James. Is something that we all need to be mindful of too, you know? There are people that really, really enjoy Star Wars, and there are people that completely loathe Star Wars because they don't like George Lucas. There's folks that love Star Trek, and then there are people that can't stand Star Trek because they don't think it's very representative or true or whatever their opinions are. But I think it's true based upon all the different, you know, people can like and dislike certain genres, and they're entitled to their own opinions and stuff too. And I just feel like if people can just be respective, yeah, the art versus the artist is tough. Yes. I like to allow for nuance. That's true, Michelle. So I think we're all entitled to have our opinions, and people can like and dislike what they want. But I also think they should be respectful too. I don't like both. Just because I don't enjoy it. Yeah, see? And that is totally fine, Leafda. Like, you can like certain things that other people don't, and vice versa. And that shouldn't deter us from, you know, being at the same table. So, yeah. I love Star Trek, says James, and cannot imagine not liking it ever. Just my opinion. Yeah, and I mean, there are certain things that, you know, certain folks just don't like Star Trek. Certain folks that haven't even seen Star Trek and things of that nature too. So, you know, yeah, it's, everybody's entitled. Just the same way with like board games, right? Some people really enjoy heavy strategy games. Some people enjoy cooperative games. Some people enjoy, you know, what they deem as Ameritrash games or whatever. And I don't think it's right or wrong that people have their different choices and their different opinions on stuff. So I think it goes with any art form. So anyway. Not everything is for everyone, Michelle. Oh my goodness. That is so true. Party gamers are just as valid as heavy Eurogamers. That is right. That is right, Michelle. Oh, goodness gracious. Different people like different things. That's why there's so many variations. The only thing that bugs me about Star Trek and Star Wars is that almost every pub quiz it comes with questions with those two, and I never know the answers. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's because those are two of the largest franchises. I mean, if it had to go for like sci-fi, it's like, you know, throw in some Battlestar Galactica, or, you know, throw in some, I don't know, some other like fantasy stuff. They can throw in Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings or, you know, all that kind of stuff. I think it was just a lot of people, just know that based upon the popularity, I think. They're kind of the heavy hitters. So, yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, I mean, I'm a Star Trek fan and a Star Wars fan, but I don't know every in and out of those, you know? I don't. And I think that's okay too. And I think that's also another thing too, that people don't want to do it. It's just, they don't want to take the time to go, oh wait, you're a Star Wars fan? Well, do you know X, Y, and Z about Star Wars? And it's like, why? Why do that? What is the benefit out of getting that? So, I don't know. Anyway, I guess sci-fi is my blind spot. Don't watch it, don't enjoy it, don't know anything about it. And that is completely fine, Leafda. That is completely fine. I don't really watch a lot of history stuff. My husband really enjoys history and learning about the past, and I could care less. So yeah, it doesn't, there's nothing wrong against that, Leafta. You can not enjoy sci-fi all you want, my friend. That is totally fine. You are still welcome here. Still can be a part of this community and have differing likes and dislikes. So, yeah. What is everyone's pub quiz blind spots? Okay, that's a good question, Board Game Spam. I would say my blind spot for pub quizzes would have to be pop culture. I am not super savvy on pop culture. Like, I don't know what the Kardashians are doing. I really have no desire to find out what Prince William is doing. So yeah, I would have to say pop culture is my thing. Tan says, fan equal being fanatic about something. Knowing everything about something equals a scholar. Ooh, that's a good delineation, Tan. I like that. Fan versus scholar. I like that a lot. Love the Jane Austen style series. Yeah, Jane Austen is wonderful. Literature, I would have to say, is one that I wish I knew more about, but it's not. Sports, Board Game Spam. Sports is your blind spot. Sports, yep. Got into history post 3.6. The last 5 years got me into historical games. Okay. Too many blind spots to list. Sports, pop culture, and even history. Yeah, I would say those are all spots that I think I would probably do better. It's funny too, like, watching, you know, like, game shows or, like, trivia shows, and you're like, oh my gosh, I knew that. Like, oh my gosh, I knew that. Like, Tan and I were talking earlier today about geography, and, like, how far away is this country from this country? Like, is this city in Germany, like, close to where you live? And they're like, no, it's several hours away. It's like, oh, great. Shows how much I know about geography. Yeah, that's a really good question, Board Game Spam. I feel like we would all do fairly decent on a like a pub quiz that's probably just like game related. Like, tell me about board games. Sometimes you know things that you think, why do I remember this, and not some important things. That's true. Oh my gosh, Leafta, I can't tell you how many times I'm like, why do I know this weird fact? Like when I was telling y'all about the shoe size thing, which again is not fairly accurate, but kind of close. It's like, why do I know this random fact about the human body? Because it's not really relevant for getting a job, you know? It's not a skill you can put like on a resume or something. Give me a quiz about board games. Yeah, see, James, I think we would all do fine. That's why sometimes I like to do the quizzes with this quiz is broken with the Brothers Murph, because they're mostly board game related, and so I'm like, oh, I have a chance. I have a chance of getting a decent score. There's a Dutch guy that makes Kahoot board game quizzes. Oh yeah, Kahoot's a really fun one. For those that don't know, Kahoot is a website that you can log in from like a mobile device or a phone, and it's a formulated quiz that the quiz master can just make. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. They can be a wide variety of topics. So that's really fun. Leafta, have you participated in any of those Kahoot quizzes? If so, what were some of the topics that they did on them? Be really curious to know. Essen is 3-hour drive from where you live, so it must be very early morning drives to Essen that tricked me into thinking it was at least 5 to 6 hours. Okay, Tan. Okay. He made them first day in Dutch, but now in English as well on Board Game Geek. Oh, cool. Every week. That's awesome. Yeah, Leafta, what were some of the topics that the quizzes were? Were they more board game related, or were they just all over the place? All right, friends, I think I'm getting close to a couple I think I need to make sure I have enough string here to tie it off and put some letters. So, let's see. Yeah, I think we're pretty good here. So I'm gonna do, yeah, because I also want to make sure I have it enough for the tie off and then to cut. So let's see. That's a pretty good length. All right, man, images, boards, games, women, images, and board games, hidden board games and sentences, game parts, etc. Real cities and their board games was a fun one. Oh, nice. So did you have one like Carcassonne was one of the clues? And I don't know, what other city games with city names in them? Tokyo Highway. Oh, I have a fun 2-player game that I need to get back to the table called Glasgow. Has a fun little building of a marketplace kind of area. Okay, 1 a.m. time to catch some sleep. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Oh, Jess, it was, as usual, a pleasure chatting with you earlier today. Yes, Tan, sleep well, my friend. Thank you for staying up and chatting with us. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I know you took some time off because there was a holiday in Germany, so enjoy your weekend. Thanks for stopping by, Tan. Istanbul, Carcassonne, Copenhagen. Yep. That's very cool. See, I think I could probably do pretty well in those kind of like tangential things. Okay, let's go up to the top view here so y'all can see. So here we are, friends. We've got our nice little spiral here. So now we get the fun part of putting some beads on the end. Yeah, I think this came out pretty cool. All right, let's go back over here. So now, let's see. Let's spell out gamer. I've got this nice bowl that I can dump out letters into. See what I can find. This is the mini game to my crafting stream. Let's find all the letters that spell gamer. So I've got a G. Do I have an A? Nope, but I've got an E. And an R. And I need an M. Do. Searching for the M. An M and an A. So let's pour a little bit more. Aha, I think I found an A. All right. G, A, there's an M. Perfect. All right. Yeah, it is a lot of letters. Oh, oops, I gotta turn that one off. Justin is not on stream today. Turn that one off. Okay. Let's put in some handles. There we go. Yeah, there are a lot of letters in this container, Michelle. That's why I have my bowl here, so I can make sure that they don't spill all over the place. So, cool. Okay. So, I am going to, and I try to remember when I do this, I have to make sure all the strings get bunched together. So, and I have it to read, so the orientation, so I could either have the orientation be with the G starting on this side, or I can have the G starting on this side and read it. I think I'm gonna have the G start first, so when it hangs down, you can read it from left to right. So what that means is I gotta go this way and put the G on this side over here. And then the other colors I think we were saying were purple and yellow. Okay. So I'm gonna do that here. And then I like to tie a couple knots at the end and put some super glue and let it sit overnight. I'm just gonna tie the knots here on stream and then I'll super glue them afterwards. But I will make sure to post these. So I think we were saying purple and yellow to do next. And one thing to be mindful of too, if you're gonna put some beads on stuff, is to make sure that you have it so that your hole is big enough to fit the string through. These ones are large enough, but just sometimes the string gets stuck partway through, so sometimes you gotta go through at a different angle in order for it to go through too. Aha, I see what was going on. Just have to get it started. There we go. There we go. Cool. And then you do the nice pull back and forth, because some of the strings will get caught. Just gotta pull them a little bit at a time, and then they will all kind of come together here. So for those that have been following my channel for a bit, question for you all, and even for the newbies, do you have a game in mind that you would like me to teach y'all on stream? Because y'all know that I love to teach board games and love to interact with y'all in the chat. Is there anything like, man, I watched this tutorial on how to play this game, but I'm just not tracking with y'all. Jess, can you possibly teach me how to play Carcassonne, or teach me how to play, you know, I don't know, Welcome to You or something like that. I am always up for suggestions, because I know there's a lot of new games out there, a lot of Kickstarters that are coming out. But some folks might just want to get back to basics. So are there any games out there that you would like me to teach? or you would like to see me play. I do have quite a few roll and write games. I was thinking of possibly doing Rajas of the Ganges, Dice Charmers on a stream one day. That was a recent acquisition that I got. So, yeah. If there are any games that y'all want to see me play on stream, let me know. Check, okay. Making sure I'm putting the beads in the right direction too is also a thing. James likes a lot of roll and writes. Awesome. Do you own a lot of roll and writes, James? Do you have any favorite games of the roll and write genre that you enjoy playing? You would possibly want to play along with on stream one day. Play along with the chat, I should say. Okay, own about like 20 of them. Awesome. Yeah, I have a designated like gaming shelf for just the roll and writes. They're so easy to accommodate a lot of people at once, which has been helpful in these crazy times. Let's see if I can poke this a little bit. There we go. Help feed through. There we go. Yeah, sometimes these strings can be stubborn. On tour, roll to the top, welcome to a few of your favorites, also Quicks, Trails of Tucana, or Trails of Tuscany, Deadly Doodles. I don't know, roll to the top. Trails to Tuscany, and I've seen Deadly Doodles. I've seen the Losers play it. That one seems pretty fun. Oh, Trails of Tucana. Okay. Cool, yes. That one's a fun one too. Oh, Castle of Burgundy dice, of course. Yeah, I like all of those. Metro X is a good one. That's a fairly quick one to roll. Super Skill Pinball I've actually been enjoying a lot. I would like to get that back to the table because there's multiple pins that you can play. That one's a fun one. Raja's dice, Raja's of the Ganges dice is a little bit complex. There's more to it. So it's a little more chunkier roll and write. Welcome to Dino World is also a fun one. You get to draw dinosaurs in a park. And I like dinosaur themed games. Oh yeah, Kokoro. That's right. Kokoro's fun. Man, that was some of my early streams I did, Kokoro. Which I found out later on that it was actually a re-implementation of a game called Avenue, where you are winemakers and delivering and picking up grapes and stuff. Which I didn't know that, but it's the same game, but just with a different theming. So that one's fun too. That one's fun too. I always thought, like rolling rights and like flipping rights. Yeah. Hadrian's Wall looks great, but not have it yet. Yeah, I've heard good things about Hadrian's Wall too. Gosh, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. That's okay. Yes, I want to try Hadrian's Wall. I have yet to watch any streams on it yet, because I know there are a few folks that have streamed it. All right. Here we go. We've got Gamer on here. So I'm going to take one of these strings. And what I do usually is just loop around the extra strings and just tie a knot at the end. A couple knots, actually. And then I'll super glue the end as well to kind of keep it intact. But do a couple knots here. People compare Hadrian's Wall to Fleet the Dice game for combos and options. Oh, well, you had me at that. I love Fleet the Dice game. That one's another great one, too. So now I definitely need to try Hadrian's Wall. All right, there we go. First one of the day, friends. Let's get ourselves going for the second one. Per James's request, they would like yellow and purple. Yellow and a purple. So again, I'm gonna do my little ruler here. One. Wait, oops, start again. 1, 2. We'll just do 3 for funsies. 3 for funsies. Sweet. Roll to the top is fantastic, but only works with more players. Roll and write, I know that use a polyhedral dice, D6, D8, D10, and D20. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, so this time I'm going to use the square stitch again, but this time I'm going to keep it as the square stitch. So I'm not going to do the spiral, I'm just going to keep it as the square. So make sure we're kind of even here for the most part. And then remember, you're going to cross over one of them, do a couple loops. We got one loop. Oh, you put some work into a print and play? That's cool, James. Is it is it available for folks to try out? That's really neat. All right, so we've got this one, friends. Remember, you go above the first loop and then through the second loop. And the same with this other side. Oh, gotta hold on, hold on. I can email files if you would like to play test it. I would love to play test it, James. Yes, please. You have my email. That sounds awesome. My husband also has a roll and write that he is currently working on. I did stream it one time here. It is called Rolympics. It is about competing in the Winter Olympics in different events. I did stream it once and probably stream it again sometime in the future. So yeah. Now for the square stitch, friends, all you have to do is basically do the exact same thing as with the spiral stitch. Instead, you're not tilting it, you're just keeping it as a square. So you have north, south, east, west that you're working with. So I'm going to loop the purple again. No art to speak of, just mechanics at this point may need work. Yeah, that's totally fine. That's all what play testing is about. It's not the actual like final product, hence the play testing of it. So that's really cool. Okay, so above the first loop, underneath the second loop. And if you are open to feedback, James, on it, I would love to give feedback as well. Or if you're just like, no, just play it, then that's totally valid too. Because sometimes some designers want to get feedback and sometimes they don't. So, okay, so I've got, let's do one more stitch and then I'll also put a key ring on this one. Sweet, okay, yeah, I will definitely do that for you. All right, so we got this one. Cool, here we go. So we've got the beginnings. Oh, hold on. The beginnings of our stitch. We've got this nice loop on the purple here. So I'll put a key ring on it. Get another key ring. And we will go to town on this one. I did, speaking of board game roll and writes, I did see on Twitter that the Isle of Cats has a roll and write coming out to Kickstarter, and I'm super stoked for it. If there could not be any more roll and writes in the genre, right? I am super stoked. And don't know if anyone else has seen it yet. But I do follow Frank Wright, who's the designer of Isle of Cats and works for City of Games. And that is pretty darn exciting, if I do say so myself. All right. Sometimes getting these key rings are a little bit on the difficult side. There it goes. And sometimes I always think about too is making sure that with your keyring, I will go back to the overhead view. With your keyring, when you put it on, sometimes some of the stitching gets loose, so you just have to kind of make sure you retighten it. So that's that. All right, we are getting there. We are getting there. Okay. So the square stitch was the stitch that I actually learned when I was at summer camp. For the longest time though, I always had difficulty starting my strings. And I would always have to ask somebody to start it for me. I could never start one on my own for the longest time. I don't know why, but it was just one of those things. But now I think because I've done so many, like see now it's just, what just happened? I don't know what just happened there. Let's try that again, shall we? Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. Okay. Yeah, for the longest time, I just couldn't start them. I have not gotten crazy into multiple strings, more than 2 strings. I know I could probably watch a tutorial and do the multiple strings. And see from there. Only need quick dice, 2 ID6. Oh, perfect. I have all of those materials, James. Cool, thank you for sending that. Now the same thing applies here on the square stitch as it does on the spiral, making sure you're in the same orientation. So because I am doing the yellow strings north-south, I will need to make sure every future set of stitching has to have the yellow strings go north-south, just to keep it in the same orientation. So there we go. Yeah, not a problem, James. I am always up for helping out designers. So yes, friends, I am only a few weeks away from the month of June, and I would like to reach 300 followers so that I can dye my hair a different color. It is summertime, so why not have some fun summer hair to enjoy? Yeah, and I will let you all choose what color it will be. It could be blue, it could be purple, it could be bright pink. I don't mind. I am all here for y'all. I just want to have more friends in this community. That's my main goal. Yeah, thanks, Panda. My first attempts, do not really think myself as a designer, just a hobbyist. That's fine, James. That is totally fine. Put yourself out there is quite the endeavor. So I just give you kudos for even attempting to put some of your designs out there, because sometimes folks have these wonderful ideas in their head and they never get, you know, they never feel the courage to actually put it out there in the world. So I give you all the kudos for that. Yeah, board game spam, still so cool. Love seeing friends get creative. Yeah. They say that's what we enjoyed about starting to stream. Had friends help us with the audio. That just sense of collaboration is very fun. Yeah. And as you have seen over the progression of my stream here, there have been so many technical things that have gone well and haven't gone very well. And so it is all a learning process. But if you have fun and you have a good community that's supporting you, like I do with all of you here, it gives me the encouragement to keep going. So, yeah. Way to go, James. That's all I have to say. Yeah. And I have learned so much from this community to just encourage me and to give advice and to say, like, hey, have you tried this? Or I don't know why this isn't working. Do you have any thoughts? Or, hey, I'm looking for this thing for my stream. What do you all recommend I should get? And it's just been nothing but positive to see all of that. James says, I have a few other ideas, but figured I'd start with something small. It came together from an idea to paper a week for a first draft. Yeah, see? And sometimes that happens too, like works in progress. Sometimes thoughts come out overnight. I have a lot of times my creative thoughts happen in the wee hours of the morning. I don't have children, but I have 2 fur babies, Soma and her sister, and they tend to wake us up at random hours in the middle of the night. So sometimes I just wake up because I think I hear them. And then my brain starts going and starts building all these ideas. A lot of times it's more of like song lyrics or, hey, I should probably do that, something like productive to add to my to-do list. But I did think of a game design, and I did think of something that I thought was kind of funny. So, you know, the term roll and write has a certain game genre, and flip and writes or flip and fills go along those same kind of lines as those game mechanics are, right? So I thought, my first thought was flip and fill sounds like a talk show to me. Like, you're tuning in to Flip and Fill. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, what could be a game that is called Flip and Fill? Because there is a game out there called Roland with a D. Roland Write. That is a roll and write game. But I thought, what would be funny to have a game called Flip and Fill, and you have 2 characters called Flip and Fill that they are trying to connect to one another. Like maybe it's in a maze or something like that, and you're trying to have them reach each other. But one is named Flip and one is named Phil, and the game is called Flip and Fill, but they're spelled like somebody's name. So yeah, random thoughts I have at that wee hours of the morning. Yeah, have I played Harvest Dice? No, I have not. I've seen it. It looks really cute. So I will try that out. Yeah, got all those perks. All right, Board Game Spam, enjoy your meeting. I hope it goes well. Thank you so much for hanging out and for the inspiration for this keychain. I think it came out really well. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. But yeah, I was just kind of being a little cheeseball, being like, we should have a game called Flip and Fill. If there's a roll and write, then there's gotta be a flip and fill. So if anybody is out there, make it happen. Put it on Kickstarter. Yeah, exactly, James. Spell it just like that, like somebody's name. Flip and fill. And who knows, they can be just 2 random characters in the game. So, yeah. And it's also fun. It's kind of little, like, silly puns, right? Silly puns to kind of go for. But yeah. That is where my brain goes in the wee hours of the morning. And then I like jump on my phone and then I can't stop. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm awake now. So we're getting some fast progress here. The squares tend to go a little bit faster. I don't know why, because I'm basically doing the same thing, but it is going a little faster. So I may be able to get that bracelet in as well. The bracelet is a little more complex, and I just recently, I mean within the probably like, during the pandemic times I should say, I learned how to do this butterfly stitch that I will show you all later. To make a bracelet out of. I mean, I have done keychains on it too, but I think the way it is oriented makes it more of a bracelet than a keychain, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So yeah, I'll probably do some roll and writes here. James, I know you were mentioning there was one roll and write that I was gonna stream that you wanted to watch and play along. Do you remember which game that was? Because I'm not sure if I already streamed it or I was going to stream it and I just like had to take a mental note of what that game was. I know it was a roll and write because I know you wanted to play it with the chat. It was a follow-up to Knock Mall, Encore maybe, or did it have a new English name? Bravo. Oh, yes, it was Bravo. That's right. Yeah, I did play Bravo on stream. So you will have to catch the VOD. I wonder if I still have it on If I still have the VOD up. Because if I do, then you can watch it. Because it wasn't that long ago that I played it. No, that was on the 21st. Yep. So the VOD is still up, James. So you can watch and play it. But for those of you that don't know, Bravo is a roll and write game called Noch mal so gut in German. It finally came over to the States. It is a game from Inka and Marcus Brand, who have done the Exit the Game series. They have also done, is it Village? Is it Village that they did? You have played several versions of Noch mal. I love it. I imported it to US when it was unavailable. Yeah. So Noch mal so gut is translated to Bravo. Noch mal is translated to Encore, and I know Encore just made it to the States. So yes, Inka and Marcus Brand, partner duo, game designers, have done a lot of stuff. So yeah, definitely check that out. Definitely check it out. Yes, you believe it was Village. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. So yeah, they did Village. And several other titles too. They have done a lot. Cool, yeah. Check out the VOD. And I believe there is a player sheet that I linked into the chat as well, James. But you can also check the spiel. Gosh, it's published by Spielfreud, I think. The publisher for Bravo did have a printable PDF that you can use as a player sheet for it, and I think I linked it in the VOD chat as well. So, have I played 21? No, I haven't. Do tell about this other roll and write. So this one, I think, might put CCG on there. On this one. This one's kind of interesting because this string, the yellow string, for whatever reason, feels a little bit thinner than the other strings that I have. And I don't know why, if it's just this color, because some of the other brand of string that I have doesn't have, does not have that kind of texture issue. So when I pull the yellow string, it has a little more give to it, which is interesting. So I have to be mindful to not pull it too tight, because if you can see, the purple side looks very uniform, and then we've got the yellow one here. Panic Games. Hello. Thank you so much for the raid. It's coming back up here to the top. Hi, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Jess. This is Festive Fridays. I'm doing some handcrafts, making some lanyard keychains and things like that. So welcome in. Super excited to have you all here joining me. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Players have different sheets to get bonuses to match particular numbers. Sort of a race game. Heard about from Sue's. Oh, cool. Yeah. What were you all playing on Panic's stream today? What was going on over there? Shout out to Panic. They are another fun streamer in the gaming universe. Yeah, let me know in the chat what you all were doing. I will show you all what I'm doing right now. So I've got this nice little lanyard keychain or plastic lacing keychain or whatever you want to call it. Had the chat pick out some colors. So this is the second one that I'm working on today. The first one that we made was this cool one, kind of a spirally blue. And then we put some beads at the end, so it says gamer right there. So yeah, just working, chilling, hanging out with all y'all in the chat. Oh, you were playing Forbidden Desert solo. How is the solo mode, Panic? Do you control multiple characters? Because I know it's a co-op game. So how does the solo variant work? Did you survive the desert? Yeah, that's a good question. Did you survive? I did see Silver Metal Tavern play it on his stream for the Tabletop Live Network a couple weeks ago. He had a few guests on there. That was a fun stream to watch. Oh, just played 2 characters. Okay. No, you did not survive. That's the closest you've got. Aw, bummer. Sometimes when you don't have enough water, that's kind of, you know, you're kind of out of luck. So, oh man. Well, I hope you had fun anyway. I hope you had fun. We were just talking about different types of roll and write games, Panic, and any games that you've been playing recently or games that you're looking forward to playing. I was also taking suggestions from folks in the chat of games that they maybe want me to teach and play along on stream sometime in the future. So if you have any thoughts of like, hey, it would be really cool if you streamed this game, or I've never played this game, feel free to pop those comments in the chat. Or if you gotta work and lurk or head out, that is totally fine too, friend. Thank you for the raid. It is a tough challenge. It was fun. Go back to it at some point. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes when you have one of those games that's just kind of a defeat, you're like, oh, I just need to take a break. Like I've done Pandemic Legacy, Season 1, and sometimes it took us a little while to get back to it. One, because of scheduling, but then sometimes we're like, oh man, we lost again. Like, that's such a bummer. So I understand. Sometimes you just need to step away from a bit and come back to it at a later date. This one's funny. It's getting a nice little curve to it. Nice little curve. We are almost done with this one, James. I'm gonna need you to pick out, or anybody in the chat, pick out 2 more colors so we can start on that bracelet there. The one thing I also remember to do is make sure I have something to wipe my hands on, because sometimes my palms get sweaty when I do these a lot. So, yeah. What colors do we have? Good question, Michelle. We've got yellow, purple, red, clear, which is actually like a glow-in-the-dark color, green, blue, we've got a light blue and also more of a royal blue, orange, black, and then we've got this fun multicolor, which is like blue, purple, and white all in one. So there we go. Panic says they got to do some gaming in real life on Wednesday. Played an interesting old card game called Nile de Luxor. Huh. Have not heard of that. But that is so exciting. You got to do an in real life game. That is really awesome. Last night, we got to play Charterstone IRL with our friends that we were doing a remote campaign with during pandemic times. All of us have been vaccinated and have gone through the waiting period for after vaccines, and so we were good to go, and it was just so nice. We sat out on the catio. I call it the catio, which is our back patio that we allow our cats to hang out in. It's got some mesh covering on the lower part of the patio so Soma and her sister can roam around outside. So we were all chilling outside last night, enjoying some conversation and playing Charterstone, and that was just really, really lovely. Orange and red would be my pick. Hot in summer. Yes, okay, that's the choice. Michelle has made the decision. We are doing orange and yellow. All right. Thank you, Michelle. I will put this off to the side as I am cleaning up all of the things, getting them out of the way so we can finish this other keychain. We are so close, James. We are so close. All right, look at this progress we've got. Look at this progress. All vaxxed and set. My daughter is getting her first shot tonight. Nice. Orange and red. That's right. Yes. Thank you, James. I believe I said orange and red. Maybe I said orange and yellow. I apologize. But yes, orange and red is what Michelle picked. That's cool. Let me know how Pansy does on their first shot. I hope I hope she doesn't have any crazy side effects. So, but if she's getting hers tonight, it's the weekend, so she'll have time hopefully to recuperate over the weekend. So, sending her some good vibes from me. Hope that she rests well afterwards. So, alrighty. Getting close to this one. Now we got to go back to our bowl of letters. Our bowl of letters. Yes, please let me know how it goes. I know I am on your Discord, but please, yeah, feel free to keep me informed, because I am always curious to making sure people's health and safety are, you know, doing all right. You know, physical health, mental health, all that kind of stuff. We are all going through things, and we can all support one another. So, yeah. All right, how long are we gonna make this one? Are we getting close here? Yeah, we're getting close. I've got a nice little reference. Oops, that one got twisted. See, remember friends, got your kinks in here. Gotta make sure you keep that, or else it kind of throws off the rest of your lanyard, so it gets kind of looped over on itself and it causes a kink, so the stitch doesn't sit flat. So, yeah. Oh yeah, James, did we miss the dog onesie? Did Pansy reach affiliate? I think that was what her goal was, to reach affiliate, and then she was gonna do a stream in her dog onesie. I recently acquired a manatee onesie, and I'm super stoked to wear it. Possibly gonna be on a TLN stream in the future. I don't know. But it is super comfy, and I could literally wear it all the day long. She is affiliate. No, we're planning an affiliate party stream. Dog onesie will appear. I will be in it. Oh, nice. Yeah, let us know, Panic, when that stream is gonna be. I'm sure you'll post it somewhere on the socials. That would be so exciting. Onward to affiliate. Yeah, I'm really curious to see this dog onesie. What does it, is it a specific type of dog? Or is it just like a brown dog, or a white with black spots dog? Or is it supposed to be like a certain breed of dog? Because I know they have like corgi onesies and bulldog onesies and all those fun ones. Right, we are gonna be looking for the letter CCG in here. Yeah, be sure to announce it everywhere. Yes. Send out the bat signals. Send out the socials. Picking it out, so I don't know. It will be a surprise. Oh, goodness gracious. That is even more exciting. If it's a surprise, you don't even know what type of dog it's going to be. Oh, goodness. That's going to be awesome to see. Awesome to see. All right, are we good to go? Just a couple more here. Oh yeah, did I get a kink in there? Oh, I did. Darn it. It'll have a little texture. It'll have a little texture. Yeah, sometimes I've been working on these while like watching TV or watching someone else's stream, just like lurking on their stream. It's kind of like my version of knitting. In a way. I just sit and do a lanyard, and yeah, so fun story. When I went to see my family down in California for my uncle's service, when I first heard about him passing away, it hit me really hard. And one thing that helped me was doing crafts. So I ended up crafting a bunch of these keychains for my family members, and I put the word Ohana on the end of the keychain. He was from Hawaii, and so he had a lot of family over there, and yeah, it just meant a lot to me to kind of have an outlet to mourn his loss by making these keychains. So I put Ohana on there, did a lot of stuff, made, I don't know, probably about 20 of them or so. So I passed them out, and the next day, when I was over at my other uncle's house, he said a friend of mine made these shirts for the family, and I'm wearing mine today, and it says Ohana on it. So I thought that was just like really cool how I didn't even think about like matching the word. I had no idea he was doing that, but he had these shirts made for the family, and they also say Ohana. So yeah, just wearing that in his honor, but these kind of reminded me of making those in his memory as well. Alrighty, I think we are good to go here. Yep. So let's get our bowl of letters. It's like a bowl of cereal. Alright, we got a C, we got a C, and a G. Okie doke. Get these in here. And then we will start our bracelet. Nice, Panic, you used to crochet. That's cool. Did you make anything like blankets or anything in particular? Did you have a specific like color scheme or patterns that you would like to do, or was it just like, it's just fun, I'm just gonna do these because it's fun and relaxing and all of that? Mini painting is as close as I come to a craft. Hey, that is still crafting though, James. That is still crafting. And you were probably on stream when I did that coloring page. I mean, that can be kind of crafty too. Everyone's got their fun things. Everyone's got their fun things to do. All right, pulling these through here, pulling these through. All right, we got a C. Then I made a few Afghans when my wife and I were first dating. I made her some stuffed animals. That's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. See, those things just bring joy to my heart. handmade things. I don't know. I think that's like, you speak to me when you hand make something for me. I don't know. It's kind of one of my, if you want to get into the innards of my heart, hand make me something. One of my good friends from high school handmade me a dice bag, and that was really awesome. She knitted me a dice bag, so that was really sweet. So yeah, handmade crafts are awesome. Hello, Soma. Hello. Are you done from your nap? Yeah, you're done from your nap. Would you like to say hi to everybody? Yes, you would? Okay. Give Mom just a second so she can put this last letter on the keychain, and then you can come say hi, okay? Yeah, come say hi. Gamer Kitty Soma is waiting for her second appearance on the stream, friends. You are going to get double appearances from Soma today. She must be having a good day. She must be filled with appropriate nap time that she's, yeah, Michelle is waiting, Soma. Michelle is waiting. I know. But I've got the Charterstone box here on the table, friends. She is eyeing it. All right. Here we go. We've got the CCG. Oh, and we got a Soma tail. CCG is there. We're gonna do a couple knots here. James, this keychain is complete. Thank you, my friend, for choosing these colors. Yeah. More Soma. All right. Are you ready, Soma? Are you ready? Okay. All right, we got our two. Are you ready, my love? Yeah, here she is. We'll flip you on this side. We'll flip you over here. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You're gonna say hello? Hello to James and hello to Michelle. Look at the camera. There we go. Hello to everybody out there, giving you all the snuggles, all the love. Yeah. What's been happening in your world today, Soma Kitty? You know, just sleeping and eating and living my best life? Yeah, you have been. Yeah, you're a good girl. Good girl, Soma. Yeah. Alright, Mom's gonna make a bracelet. You can stay here. Mom's gonna make a bracelet. And look, friends, you didn't even have to redeem any channel points. She just willingly came downstairs and was like, I need to be on camera. So if this is not insight enough for y'all to follow me on Twitch, then I don't know what is. I don't know what is, little Soma, huh? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna keep you on the table. You have got your space. I have laid out enough space for you to hang out. Mom's gonna switch out this camera battery so that way we can show everybody how to make that butterfly stitch for the bracelet. Now this one's a little bit different in how we actually put it together. It has to be a little bit longer. A little bit longer than a normal like keychain would be. So I am going to make it a little bit longer. So we're gonna do orange. Orange and red, Michelle said. Orange and red, Michelle said. Yeah. Just hang out right there, so. Good girl. Okay, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually. We're gonna do 5. That was a pretty rough 5. Yeah, Michelle is so fiery. So hot right now, as they say on Zoolander. So hot right now. Okay. So, how we're gonna do this one, friends, is as follows. If I can get these out of the way. So it's different in that we are going to have the strings at different lengths. So I've got our really long string here, and you're gonna tie yourself up with the string, Somi. Okay, all right. So we got our really long string, but what's gonna happen is we're going to make them uneven. So one side is gonna be longer than the other. So I'm going to make red longer on one side, and orange longer on the opposite side. Hey, Brain in a Jar, how's it going? Thanks for stopping off in the chat. I'm just doing some crafting right now. I'm getting ready to show everybody how to make a butterfly stitch for a bracelet. So what's gonna happen here? So I have got the strings one side short on the other side, and I'm going to actually take the two short ends together. So the short end of the red and the short end of the orange, and put them in the middle. So it's kind of tricky, and I'm trying to like show you all as best as possible. So we essentially want them to be about the same length. So let me do this over here. If I've got it on this side. Brain in a Jar, we have just been chatting away, my friend, but have you been playing anything recently that you've gotten to the table that you're like, holy smokes, I'm so glad I played this? Have you been able to have any in-person game nights? Because that is super cool if you've been able to accomplish that. Let us know in the chat what you all been doing. What you all been doing? All right, so sorry friends, I'm trying to get this length so it's easier for y'all to see it. There we go. Okay, so I am taking these two middle strings here. Okay, these two middle strings, and I'm putting them somewhat in the center of it. The learning process of a tricherion. Okay, yeah, tricherion is quite the process game. I've heard it's super fun though. So that's pretty awesome. Hoping to finish a game tonight in one sitting. Wow, that's a challenge. Bring a lot of water. Make sure you take breaks. Oh, no in-person nights, but we're learning Keystone North America from Covray. Oh, sweet. Those guys are just adorbs. Adorbs. Okay, so how this is gonna work, friends, I am going to do this here. We've got our 2 middle strings here. Then one is red and one is orange. I know it's kind of difficult to see, but we are going to do this here. We're taking this orange one. We're going across the front of the 2 middle strings, okay? Going across the front of these 2 middle strings. Then with the red string, we are going to cross it on top of that orange string. So we're crossing it on top. Actually, you know what? This one is a little too close. Let me do it over here on this view. All right. Sorry, friends. Let me get y'all here. So we've got this here. We've got our orange strings in the middle and the red string in the middle. These are both on the shorter end. We're going to take this orange string, we're crossing it on in front of the 2 middle strings, okay? Then we are taking this red string, oops, here, I'll put this over to the side because it's super long. Then we're taking this red string, we're going across on top of that orange string that we just crossed. Then we're going underneath the 2 middle strings and up through the loop that we made with that orange string at the beginning. So we're going underneath, then we're going up through the loop here on this string, and we are pulling it tight. This is super long, so I'm gonna try to make it seem like it's not that tedious, but it can be. Okay, and there we go. We've got our first stitch here. We're gonna do that same thing again. So we've got this here. Oh, can't pull it too tight because it's still fairly loosey-goosey. Yeah, Tricurion burned your brain. Wow, yeah. Less than ideal learned when you're tired, but hope today will go better. Yep, that is very true. I hope it does as well for you. So, same thing. We're going across with the orange string. Across with the orange string. Then we're going on top of that orange string with the red one, underneath it, and then through the loop that we created, and pull tight. Now right now you're thinking, you're just making a bunch of knots, Jess. What are you doing? I'm actually not. Ha ha ha. I'm actually not, because as you see, when it comes down to it, it's actually going to start making this cool little stitching like this. So one color is actually going to be in the middle, and then you flip it over and it's the opposite. So it's going to be, it's gonna look something. It's gonna look something like this. Let me zoom in here. Whoa, sorry friends, the focus, manual focus. There we go. There we go. So it's gonna look something like that. It'll look more like it's supposed to once I get more of the stitching done. Oh no, dropping it on the ground. Okay, the thing to remember about this stitch though, friends, is to make sure that you keep the shorter ones in the center, because if you don't, then it'll kind of get all over the place. So, and you will have your orientation to try to remember the one that you're looping, the one that you are looping over is the one that you need to make sure you loop over for all times. So we're taking the orange one here, we're crossing it in front of those two metal ones, putting it off to the side like this. Then we're taking the red one, going above the orange one, looping it underneath the two in the center, and then pushing it through the orange side. Yeah, it is. I did do some of the simpler stitching earlier today. So yes, this is kind of like, what in the world is going on? This one is called a butterfly stitch. I just acquired how to do it during pandemic times, and it can make for more of like a bracelet than an actual like keychain. So yeah. So let me do a few here so y'all can see what it's gonna look like, because it'll all make sense once you see kind of the progress going along the lines here. I do have some fun bracelet clips and things. So when I finish with it, I have some little clips that I can make into it, but for now, I think, yeah, so I've got kind of little holes here that I could clip into. I will do that. And I'll make sure to post all these on the socials so y'all can kind of see. I know I'm kind of doing this a little bit fast, but it is quite awesome to see it come to fruition. So let me do just a few more and then we can see these colors pop. Michelle's choice, Michelle's color choice here. We can see it pop. Or have it be on fire, if you will. Yeah. On fire. So we've got, yeah, we've got a little bit of time. I'll kind of wrap this one. I'll do this one and then we'll call it a day. But as you can see so far, it's got this kind of cool looking stitch to it. Yeah, I like how these kind of turn out when they're all said and done. It's a little bit different. I've done a lot of just the basics, but when I learned this one, I was like, oh man, this is super cool too. All right, James, thanks so much for hanging out. I will check out those files and give you some feedback when I get to play testing it. Hope you have a lovely weekend. Yeah, we'll have to see who is online, friends, that we can raid. Anybody doing some Friday evening, Saturday morning shenanigans that we should be doing? Slackfish, have you been lurking this whole time? If so, welcome. Thanks for lurking. Good to see you in the chat. I don't mind folks lurking. I totally dig it. I know my time of the streaming kind of falls within people's late night, dinner time, going home from work time. I mean, it's just one of those interesting times of the day. So I appreciate all the hangouts, the lurks, the drive-by highs, all of it. Pretty cool. The fun thing I've also learned about this stitch is it tends to curve. And I don't know if it's just the way that I stitch it, but it tends to have a nice curve, so it makes it more conducive to be a bracelet. Which is actually kind of funny. I never thought about it, but every time I've made one of these, it's like, hey, you're curving in this interesting way, like curving into form a circle, so to speak. So, yeah. So next week I have some thoughts on some games. I might do Rajas of the Ganges dice charmers. I might I don't know, I might do some super skill pinball, but a different pin. I might bust out like a co-op game or something. I am not sure, but it will be more physical gaming on Wednesday. My Friday streams tend to be more of a board game adjacent. So doing some arts and crafts, doing some chatting with the chat. I did do some coloring of some print and plays and got to play them with y'all. So that was really fun to do. So yeah, tune in on Wednesday next week, 3 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. GMT, which I don't know, the time zones now are all kinds of crazy. You know, daylight savings time, summertime. I know there's like a British summertime happening. So, yeah. I think I have to look at what time it is over in the UK, because I feel like they are GMT right now. Okay, so I think they are GMT. Yeah. Germany is 1 hour ahead. Or is it? I think UTC and GMT time zones, I believe, are similar. Or are they the same? I think they can be used interchangeably. I don't know for sure. Someone can verify that. I think they are. Yeah, we shall see. GMT is a time zone and UTC is a time standard. Okay. Yes, they mean the same time. Okay, cool. Thanks, Slackfish. Because I know on some of the online conventions that I've attended, they ask people to put their time zones on their usernames so folks can see. And I have learned to use GMT as the standard, but then I've also seen UTC. Some folks put UTC, so a bit confused by that. But if it technically means the same time, if GMT is more of the time zone, then I can do the plus or minus from that. So, yeah. So for here, where I am at, it's GMT minus 8. Because I think everybody's back off of daylight savings, or they are on daylight savings, or something about daylight savings. So we should all be in the same mathematical equation now. There was a few weeks where we had our daylight savings, but the rest of Europe did not yet, and so it was kind of craziness. So yeah. Aw, thanks, Brain in the Jar. Yeah, no probs. Ooh, data analysis. That's it. Fun times, it sounds like. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for popping in the chat. Hope you are well, my friend. Yeah, this is definitely one of those streams where people can just hang out and lurk, listen to the chill tunes in the background, and listen to me kind of faffing around while making keychains. So, yeah. Do have to remember next time to bring something to wipe my hands on, because they are getting a little bit on the sweaty side. I know, TMI, Jess, TMI. This is coming along quite nice. I dig this color, these color choices, Michelle. Thank you for suggesting them. I liked all the colors that we have done today. I mean, there's not really any colors that I don't like, so I wouldn't have these color options here at my disposal if I did not like them. Makes sense. You mentioned the curling into a circle. That has to be because some side is getting shortened or pulled harder, right? I've been trying to picture it in my head and I don't think I can. Yes. So as you're seeing here, technically Slackfish, the center strings are getting pulled around, and so with the actual, like, they're mostly getting overlapped to each other, and so the orientation of them getting overlapped is they're kind of curling in on themselves, if that makes sense. So initially they were side by side. Sorry. Here we go. Camera. Where's the camera? So initially they were side by side, and as I'm wrapping the other parts of the string, they're kind of coming closer together. So I think that's also causing the curl. Again, with the crossover here, you can see on the crossover part, I'm only crossing over the orange. So the orange part is what is looping across everything, and then the red one is kind of bringing it together. So the red is causing the orange to be tightened in kind of a interesting orientation. So it's a little bit, it looks a little bit like scales, I would say, too. Let me see if I can get it a little bit focused here. Yeah, so it's a little bit like scales. So the orange is wrapping itself around the rest of the middle strings, and then the red is pulling it tight. So with that tightness, you're getting that side. This is the side view, and this is all red here on the side, and the orange is only visible here on the top section. but the way that you stitch it together, it shows here the orange is wrapping itself around the other strings. And what's awesome too is you can flip it over and you can see the orange is what's on the side here and the red is in the middle. So it kind of makes itself opposite in a way. That's why they tell you to put one of each color in the center. So you have this kind of flip-flop reversal of colors on both sides. So, yeah. Now this one, I don't put any beads on because if it's gonna be worn, sometimes the beads can be a little distracting and in the way when you're trying to wear it on your wrist or whatever. But yeah, there is another, I do have one in different colors too. I mean, the purple and blue, they're fairly close to one another. This red and orange are fairly close in color scheme to one another. But I do have like a, I think, do I have a black and orange? I can't remember. So this will kind of go on for a little while. It'll be, I've made enough of these to kind of know, like, you have to give yourself enough lacing or else you're just gonna get like a toe ring. You're not gonna get an actual like bracelet out of it. So yeah, so you have to give yourself enough purchase of string before doing one of these, because you don't want to like have all this work and then you end up with something like this small and you're like, cool, I can, yeah. So yeah, anyway, kind of funny. Oh wow, I just realized I'm almost streaming for 3 hours, friends. This is pretty cool. Didn't think that was gonna happen today, but I am just been enjoying myself, just chilling. I hope you all have been as well, just chilling here. Appreciate you all just hanging out, joining in the chat or lurking. So I have till the end of the month to try to reach my follower goal. 300 followers would be super sweet as a birthday month present. And I'm asking for followers. I'm not asking for subscribers, although subscribers would be awesome too. I just want more people to be in this community, and I know there are at least 300 of you out there. So that would be super sweet. If I do reach that goal, then I will be coloring my hair a different fun color for the summertime, and I will leave it up to y'all in the chat to decide what that will be. I know some people have done like, oh, I'm gonna do a special live stream, or I'm gonna do like a one chip challenge or something like that. Those are all cool. I don't know if I could do that. One chip challenge would be kind of crazy. Oh, your partner got his own Twitch? Oh, cool. Thanks, Brain Jar. What is he gonna be streaming? Video games, board games, combination of both. Cosplay. Teal or pink hair dye? Yeah, totally. I would be down for either of those colors. Because I have not done... Oh, I did pink way back in college. But it was one of those, like, spray color, hair color jobs. So it wasn't super permanent. But yeah, that would be rad. Teal is a cool color. I like all those oceany colors. Hence me already having blue hair. We stream together. I don't think he'll stream solo. Oh, nice. Okay. That's cool. I always like partnerships doing streams together. I think it brings a fun dynamic and it also helps kind of carry the stream too. I know for myself and some solo streamers, it's a little bit odd to kind of be like talking into the void, you know, because you're just talking to a camera and you're interacting with people, but you don't hear their voices. So I can see that as being difficult for some. I fortunately have had experience in radio for several years now, and so I am used to just staring at a microphone and talking into the void. But I think it's really cool that people can partner up. I know Board Game Spam has been doing that as starting of their streams, and they're super sweet together. Their dynamic is just wonderful. And I know like Salt and Sass, Mandy and Suzanne, with their dynamic is really cool, even though they're two different locations. That's a lot of fun. Paula and Matthew for Things Get Dicey. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool partnerships out in the Twitchiverse. So good luck to you guys. Hope it's a fun endeavor, because sometimes it can be a little tedious, especially when they're your partner and you want to do well, but at the same time you have your own thoughts and stuff. But yeah, he would love to see you like in a fuchsia. Oh, cool, fuchsia hair. I dig it. A few solo streams, it's definitely more difficult. Yeah. Yep. Gotta love it. When you can, if you've got enough to do that, then yeah. But sometimes people can just feel the community without even seeing them, like I do here. So it'll be fun to see you all stream together. It'd be cool. And the other thing, Slackfish, about this curling is sometimes it gets in your way, so you have to kind of like push it back while you're getting down to the end. Like once it starts curling closer and closer to itself, you're like, oh man, I gotta make sure I get this. Do I have a favorite solo game? I do enjoy solo streams because they've helped me explore more of my solo games. Honestly, I have not played a lot of solo games. I would definitely try to do solos where you actually have an active AI, where it's not just like a dummy player. So like, for example, Fleet the Dice game has a pretty good AI in that some of your decisions get eliminated as the game goes on, so it makes some of your choices even more difficult to play. That's been pretty cool. I know you've done One Deck Dungeon. That's always fun to do solo. Picking out your different characters. And that's strictly a solo game. I've heard good thoughts about Proving Grounds. That's a solo game from Renegade Game Studios. They've done quite a good job at implementing a solo game scenario. But yeah, I don't really have to Oh, you enjoy my fleet stream. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Slackfish. Yeah, so I would say Fleet Dice solo has a good solo mode. Proving Grounds would check out for sure. If you have the Forest of Shadows one deck, that's pretty cool because it adds in that extra element of getting poisoned. So that brings another complexity to the solo mode variant. I would also encourage you to check out More Games Please. He does a lot of solo gaming. Or does a lot of games with the solo mode. So I would say encourage him. Do you think there is going to be a one deck Galaxy? Oh yeah, I heard about that. I don't know any updated information though. I'm curious if when that's gonna happen. One deck dungeon always lose. Yeah. It's I even play it on Steam and I'm like, how is this possible? How do I keep rolling ones? This is just bonkers. So yeah. It's quite hilarious. Yeah, but I would say, yeah, check out the Forest of Shadows, because it does add that extra element to it. Gosh, what else? What else is good to play solo? Because there's also, I mean, there's so many, there's like a difference, right? Of like games that have a solo mode versus games that you can play solo. If that makes sense, the delineation where there's actually like, no, this is what we're going to do in the solo mode, and it's completely different than, you know, playing it multiplayer versus, oh, this is a multiplayer game, but we're just gonna take out these rules so you can play it solo. I don't like those as much. A simpler side, another game that I just thought of too, on the simpler side, would be Herbaceous solo. It's really quick. But that's a really nice little card game that has a cool, like, table presence, right? That you can play, and there's the solo variant. The solo variant is quite nice that you can play actually a few games and try to like beat your scores on. So I would say try to look for games that have a designated solo mode instead of those games that are like, we're just gonna take out a few things so you can play it as a solo game. You can also try to look up doing some like legacy or campaign style games too. I know like Legacy of Dragonholt you can play solo. You know, and that's a narrative story driven type game. I think that would be fun to play a solo variant of. Because you're the only one really making the decisions, but you can go back to it and play through the scenario again with multiplayer if you decide to. So that's really cool as well. So now I'm just making a fiery spiral. Michelle, I hope you wanted a fiery spiral for me to make on the stream, because that's what you're getting. No, it's okay. I could stretch it out. It's just the way of the lanyard string, how it's formulating. formulating how it's, I don't know. What am I saying? You enjoyed watching folks play Sleeping God solo. Oh, cool. I have yet to watch any streams of Sleeping Gods. I've heard super things about it. But I have yet to watch it. Who were you, whose stream were you watching, Slackfish, when they did the Sleeping Gods? If you don't mind. Who were you watching for that? I'm always curious to learn some new stuff because, I mean, heck, I like to lurk on my Twitch time when I'm not streaming. I like to give some drive-by highs to my friends. So it's not anything super crazy for that to happen. So watch Aldi. Okay. Also watched a couple others, but they're not popping in my head right. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, Aldi's done some fun stuff. Yeah, I'm sure I could probably type it in. Sleeping Gods, BGG, or Twitch or whatever. All right, do I got? Oh, it's getting close. My wrist is fairly small, but it's getting close. We're getting close. And I'm getting close to the end of my long string, so that is also a timer too that I've realized. Once I don't have enough to do the crossover and the loop underneath, then that's usually a good indicator that I need to call it on the bracelet. So, but friends, we made 3 fun things today on stream. That's pretty awesome. I'm super stoked for that. I will be showing off the final products on the Instagrams and the Twitters, so you all can see all of the progress that you have been watching me make for the last few hours. I appreciate all of you hanging out for as long as you did. This is definitely like cooled my jets, so to speak. Yeah, this week has had some interesting challenges, some fun moments, some not so fun moments. So, yeah, having streams like this is just kind of what my brain and my soul needed. So thank you all for just chilling and hanging out today. Chilling and hanging out. And we got to figure out who we're going to raid here soon. Who is online right now? Who is online? Oh, what is he doing? Oh, Phantom Meeple is online. Looks like he's got his onesie on today. Heart Board Games. Looks like they're doing stuff on BGG. Bonds is on. She's gonna be doing some Mario Kart, looks like. All right. Yeah, we're getting close to the end. So usually what I do here for the end is I get a couple of clasps that I'm gonna use, one on one side and one on the other. Now normally I put a clasp on the one side that I'm working with, but I was just too excited to start it off that I just started it off. So we're gonna do, so I try to make sure I have enough on the end. So like for this one, what I did is I started off with just a small little ring. And then on this side, I have one of those just basic clasps. But what I did is I put the ring on the side and then I made a little knot to kind of close it off. And then I super glued it so it can actually attach here. So I can just, so it can just be a nice, cool little bracelet, you know? So I think this one will be almost to that size. I still have a little bit. We still have a little bit. We'll see how far we can go so we can get to that point. So we'll get to that point and then we'll show everybody all of our progress. All of the progress. And then we will call it a day, friends. Yeah, sometimes my fingers get toast. Sometimes my fingers get toast. But I will add these to the bag of swag that will be redeemed for whoever's playing crisscross with me on Wednesdays. Our monthly crisscross tournament. Whoever has the high score at the end of the month will get a bag of swag from me. So that will be included. These will be included in the bag of swag. All right. Yeah, this one. I can do just a few more if I can. And I also want to make sure I have enough for the knot to tie at the end. Yeah, exactly. Crisscross, make you some swag. That is alright. Okie doke, we have got, let me get some of these clasps out here. You know, I might do one of these. This one actually might be better to do. I'll put on one of these clasps because it's got both sides. It's a little twisty. It's a little twisty. A little twisty. Oh, I should probably put a little ring on there too, just to give it some space. Give it some space. Got one of these giant bags of stuff. So I will need to do this first. So these are kind of cool. They twist to, to unclasp them, right? And then I'm gonna take these cool things from my bead bag of tools. It's got a nice little protective thing on there. So we got this here. So we're gonna do this, and I twist it around to open up the little latch. Let me show you on this side. So on this side, it's got a little hook latch that I just had to unhook a little bit. So I'm gonna do this here. Hook it into this little latch. So that way it's easier for me to attach to the lanyard. Then I'm gonna take these same little plier deals, do a little pinchy pinch. Yep. To make sure it closes back. A little bit more. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going over here, and I'm gonna take this, the ring part, and feed it through the rest of the string. Once I do all that, then I will be able to tie the knot on this side, and I'll probably have to do the other ring off stream because it's really small. Like I said, I should have done it at the beginning so y'all could have seen the progress, but alas, this is where we are. This is where we are. Okie doke. Gotta get this last one in here. So we try to get it as close as possible to the end. And do the same little kind of knot deal. So you stretch this out a bit. Same little knot deal as we did with our keychains. Just loop one of our strings around and pull it through. Try to get it as close to the ring as possible because we are going to cut off a lot of this excess string because you don't want it poking your wrist. This excess string here. All right, then we're going to do one more time. And of course, I am going to do some super glue at the end. But you know, it's messy to do on camera. Messy to do on camera. All right, tighten that up. Boom, boom. All right, then I will do the same thing with this one here. I will put a tiny ring on that side and then hook it over here so that way we can get a nice cool bracelet. But there we go. Pretty much our fiery twist bracelet for today. So what did we achieve today, friends? We did first our nice little gamer spiral lanyard, spiral keychain here. Next we got our cool purple and yellow CCG lanyard with just the square stitch. And finally, our bracelet that I will put all the finishing products online so y'all can see them. Slackfish just wanted to show you one last one so you can kind of see the difference. I did this one like a week ago, and so you can kind of see better the contrast on this one here. So this is orange and black. So you can see the orange is kind of the scale pattern, and then the black is on the edges. And then when you flip it over, you've got the black on the inside and the orange on the edges. So a little bit better so you can see kind of the pattern going there from this color scheme. Yeah, very, very snake-like indeed. So yeah, but that's basically what we did here on these other stitches. And that, my friends, will conclude the crafting and chill time with me. If anyone has suggestions on who we should raid, let me know in the chat. Feel free to pop it down into the chat. I know Phantom Meeple seems like they've been on for a little bit. Heart Board Games, I don't know how long they've been streaming for. Because the one thing I don't want to do is send you over to another channel and then they're like, okay, bye. Let's see. Who do we got? Yeah, same here, Slackfish. Thanks for the hangout. It's been really, really awesome. Yeah, you know what? Let's go over to Phantom Meeple. Or no, is he offline? He might be. Let me check. Is he offline? Cause I want to send you to somebody who is online. Do. Phantom Meeple, are you still here? Phantom Meeple, are you there? Nope, I think he just signed off. All right. Oh, but Amanda. So yeah, let's go Heart Board Games. Sure. Let's go over to their channel. Let's do that, friends. Start the raid. Send them all the love, all the emotes, all the wonderful things. I appreciate everyone hanging out today. Soma appreciates all of you hanging out today. You have been so kind. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Have fun gaming. And I'll catch you next time. Bye, folks.